I am back finally with the tutorial videos are going to be starting. Today we're going to be talking about figure candles. I do have a male and a female one here. I just grabbed the male because the feminine one is showing a little bit more of her body, okay? I cannot piss off the YouTube gods. We have to appease them at all costs, but same concept, right? And I'll actually get into what I'm using these two male and female candles for in a minute. But these figure candles are a great alternative to a doll. When we say figure candles, we just mean a literal figure of something. So this can be a body. I've seen them in skull form if you're working somebody's brain or their mindset, their thoughts. I've seen them in heart, like literally if you're doing love work, people will use a figure candle of an actual heart. I've seen them in really cute like couples versions where the couples like all intertwined and kissing and shit. Sorry, YouTube gods for cussing. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do. I like them because you can target very, very specific areas of the body, mind, and spirit, or you can just do the whole person. You can do this type of works for yourself, for your partner. If you are working someone in a negative way, obviously you can use this knowledge to do that. I can't control you. I will not be teaching dark work on here just because I don't trust that it will go into the right hands, but I will teach you guys basic stuff, okay? So, if we are going to be working someone's mind, like when I used to do a lot of love work, what I would do is I would focus a lot on their head, but I would also put those same intentions into their pee-pee and their heart, okay? And also their hands and their feet, okay? To draw them towards me, to make them walk towards me. A lot of people, if they are doing separation work, they will use these types of candles. Either it'll be one candle morphed together where the couple is back to back like this, or people will use two separate candles. And what I'm actually using these two for specifically is the opposite of that. Okay, YouTube gods, let's cover her up. Miss Ma'am needs a dress. Okay, I feel like I'm playing Barbies. Alright. What I'm using these two for are actually a come back together reconciliation type spell. So what I will do is for a certain amount of days, I will have the whole spell set up with flowers and honey and a bunch of good stuff. And each day I will do my prayers and gradually move them closer together. And then once they're like this, then I will change up the work a little bit and keep working it. Okay, that's a very thorough spell that I offer. It's much more pricey because it takes a lot more time and resources, but these are very, very good. It's a lot easier than having to make a doll. They're pretty reasonably priced, like, I don't know, between like $7 and $10 usually. I found them for $4 or $5. But I was going to show you, this is actually my godmother's oil. I just grabbed it out of my closet. I've used this a lot. I do use some of her products in my workings. They're actually made for that, partially. She does offer a lot of products that practitioners can use. But you can see how much I've used of this, okay? It says, improves focus and removes brain fog. So these two in combination would be very good for like a healing work if someone is having, you know, focus issues of spiritual causes, any type of school or work issues, if they're trying to get a promotion but they feel kind of scattered mentally, if someone is studying for an important exam. Like, I know witchy moms that do work to help their children succeed in school. Not in a cheating way, but, you know, to give them the motivation that they need or the calmness that they need to focus, things like that. But if that's what I was doing, I would focus this obviously on the head. If it's a more spicy work, then I'm going to focus more on pee-pee. obviously. If it's a more love, emotional, heart chakra vibe, I'm going to focus on the chest. But I'm still using the whole figure candle because it's representing the entire person. You see what I'm saying? So I have bought like a skull candle, and I would do the skull candle in conjunction with this. So I am working the whole person, but I also have another part of the spell that is focusing on one part. But I want the result to affect them as an entire being. Does that make sense? Like, you can set it up a lot of different ways, but these are very, very good. And if you're using an oil, you know, you want to squirt the oil on and then kind of rub it in as you're saying your intentions and all of that. Don't drown the shit, okay? Because when this burns, it's going to burn like this, and there's going to be a lot of wax. And that's good, because when the wax is finished, you can kind of read into it, see if there's any signs from spirit, any messages, any symbols. But if you drown this thing in oil, it's, number one, it's not going to burn correctly. Number two, if you put way too much oil, it's actually going to dilute and even put out the flame. So just put a few tiny drops of whatever oil you choose to use. If you decide to use one, you don't have to. Your hands and your prayer and your intention are the most important, okay? The oils and whatnot are just tools. You can do the same thing with powders. You can, you know, grind up some herbs and make a powder. I like doing that because when I'm muddling it together, I put my energy into it, and it's just easier to make one powder than to put like 8 different herbs individually on top of this. So, those types of powders are very good to keep on hand, but I like using my hands, even when I have nails like this. Yes, my nails are very cute. They're like Christmassy. I will actually take the powder and rub it, all of that. Okay? Another thing that you can do, if you do not have a DNA tag lock from the person, you can use a sharp tool, something like this. You can see where this one has been used for candles and stuff. Y'all can see my workspace is dirty, okay? Just from me having this and having powders and stuff. Life of a witch. I digress. I'm working right now, and it's 1:03 at night, and I'm working. If you don't have their DNA, you can use their picture. Like, you could put their picture. Let me get one of these. Okay, let's say this is their picture, right? You're gonna get the picture, put a plate over it, and then put the candle on top. Okay, that way the picture doesn't get burnt. But you can do that, and you can also inscribe their name down the candle. You can also draw in here if you want to. I've seen people in Palo do a little pati pimba, hearts, X's, crosses, money symbols, whatever corresponds with your spell. Just be very careful when you are using something sharp like this, because you're using something sharp, and if you're doing a more benevolent work, you just want to use a little bit of grace because you don't want the work to be painful. And if you're a very strong witch like me, you have to be careful, you know. And some people are really intuitive, you guys. Some people can feel when you are working them, literally when you are doing the spell. So, it's always good to do a reading before you do any type of spell work. Sorry, there's like a thread. You can do these types of candles over a number of days if you want to, but I usually just let them burn down in one sitting, and then what you do with the wax kind of depends on what your intention is. Okay? Like I said, here is the feminine one. We're gonna give her some privacy. but these are super cute, super good to use together. White is all purpose, but they do have these in a lot of beautiful colors, and I love them very, very much. I will take this any day over a doll, okay? It's so much easier, so much quicker, easier in my opinion to like put oils and powders and stuff on. You can also, I mean, if you really wanted to dig in here, you could. Like, if somebody was having stomach issues, I could get in here pretty deep with this, put some powders and stuff in there, and then put the wax back and seal it up if I wanted to, right? There's a lot of different things that you can do. But I am available for spell work. I am taking clients for spell work. If you would like a consultation, just click the link in my description. I also offer private classes for like beginner witches, where you connect with me one-on-one and we go over basic stuff, basic spell work. But other than that, I'm going to start heading to bed. I love you guys very much. Thank you for your love and support, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?